Yo, what up, home dogs and home dog millionaires? How are we doing on this lovely Saturday morning? We have District 0x looking like DNT is about to break out. We're going to go over that maybe, and maybe if you're lucky, just maybe, we'll give a price prediction of the DNTs in this video. So without further ado, let's smack those subscribe buttons, smack those like buttons, and let's just get right on in it. So, of course, guys, before we get into DNT, go follow the crypto homie on homie_crypto on the tweeters. Say, good morning, homies. Ethereum is deflationary? Think about that for a second. Alrighty, but heading over to the charts for DNT. So DNT is kind of like that explosive DNT that just goes erupt. And I'll show you guys, because we're going to go back in memory lane and say, hey, look at what's happened. DNT has done some crazy stuff in the past. So if you're not, if you're new on the channel, if I can talk today, if you're new on the channel, you may not know that we bought DNT back in October of 2020, back in the day, you know, under a good old penny. And this thing, nobody was talking about it. Nobody wanted it. I mentioned it. They're like, oh, this thing's terrible. Why would we buy DNT? It's like this S coin on Coinbase only had a $5 million market cap. But look what happened. Look what happened. We're going to take a good old measure with a good old ruler. It shot up about 800%. And then that's when everybody on YouTube is following in like, oh my goodness, DNT's up 800%. Let me just go buy a big bag. You don't want to do that. Why? Because it's going to just dump. Why would you buy something that's up 800%? Please let me know down below. Why would you buy when something's pumped 800% in the matter of a few days? It doesn't seem like a good idea in my humble opinion. Because then what happened, we lasted about, I think this was 60 days right here. Yes, about 60 days right there until we pumped it up again. And this time we saw some lessening of returns, but it was still 368%. Consolidated for about 30 days this time. So it was about half the time of consolidation. And then when we broke out, let's get rid of that silly stuff. Then when we finally broke out here, we moved, you know, a solid 245%. We definitely hit 45 cents. It was nice to see it up there. I definitely took some profit at 44 cents. I got lucky on that wick right there. So if you guys took some profit then, congratulations, because that was definitely a great time. But unfortunately, though, it just looks like DNT struggled to get that momentum, struggled to get that thing going. It did not happen. But my point of showing you the memory, like the point of going down memory lane here, is to look at what happens with DNT. Those massive candles like this, these massive daily candles, just look at those, absolutely insane. And current time, go over to current time, you're like, well, where's that massive green candle? Where's that massive green candle? When are we gonna get that? Well, guys, look at this. We just did look what Bitcoin did, Ethereum did, everything. We made the high, higher low, made a higher, higher low. Then we're consolidating just like everything else. Now we're looking like we're breaking out. That's what it looks like. The highest we've gotten was 21.6 cents on a wick. On a wick. We want to see the body get up there. And if we go and look left, look in this same region, let's draw a nice line to show all the homies back there in the back seat so Becky can see. Look, we've had some issues in here, okay? We played around there a little bit and then spiked right up. Massive spike to the upside. So let's see, can we do that again? If we break this region, will we see DNT just continue to rise, just continue to spike? I want to pull up the good old MACD. I thought I had it there. Oh, I did. Okay, as we can see right now, something I want to point out. Look at what we see on the MACD. What do you see there? What do you see about to happen on the MACD? I don't know about you guys, this is pretty freaking exciting. We're about to cross on the MACD. We're about to get across. We're about to get some positive momentum. Positive momentum is bullish, guys. We're about to start printing green on that histogram. And that's, you know, that's muy bien. That's exactly what we want to see. So it's pretty exciting to me. See if we can get that cross there. But bam, it's probably going to happen. Probably tomorrow's candle is what I'm speculating. We'll probably get the cross on. It's pretty exciting. So just keep that in mind. As well as with the RSI, we had the high, we had lower high, and about the same high. So we'll see. We don't want to get some bearish divergence in there, just like with the good old BTCs. But I would not be surprised to see us make some massive moves there. I do want to head over, of course, checking out on CoinMarketCap. Guys, we're looking at DNT, of course. I didn't even mention it's around 20 to 21 cents right now at the time of this recording. Has $124 million market cap. Keep in mind, this thing was way smaller market cap last year around this time. So just keep that in mind, guys. It has moved a lot. But the whole point, though, is people are always asking, you know, can this thing hit $1? So in order for DNT to hit $1, we need a 5x. So we need this thing to go from 20 cents to $1. That's a 5x right there. And if you just simplify this and say, hey, we keep the same circulating supply, we understand the total supply has 1 billion. but there's 600 million out right now. Let's just say it keeps the same supply. You only have to hit around a $620 million market cap. So that right there is definitely not that far away. I mean, it's not like it's a crazy number. It's not like saying like, oh, it needs to hit like $100 billion. It's not that crazy. It's still under $1 billion. So we'll see if that can happen. Definitely be exciting. Let me know down below. Do you believe we could see $1 DNT? Do you believe we'll end up hitting that around $620 million market cap? You think that can happen? Let me know. But of course, everything I said here with DNT, the whole idea of it possibly breaking out, possibly getting some of these nice green candles on the daily like we've seen back here in November, like we've seen back here in January, we need to see good old Bitcoin do well. Bitcoin right here has been chopping sideways just like I showed with the good old DNTs, higher high, higher low, higher high, kind of consolidated with the higher low there, made the high, same low, got a higher high, and then it's chopping sideways. But it looks like we finally want to break out. Will Bitcoin make this happen? Will we continue to the upside? You need to keep your eye on the prize. We want to stay above the 200 daily MA. We need to stay above that 21 weekly. We want the 50 back above the 200. We want this 50 MA right here, the yellow line, to get back above the 200. And what happens when it crosses? What is that called? That is called a golden cross. It's the opposite of a death cross. It's very bullish. Of course, guys, it's not 100% accurate for, oh, we're going to the moon, but it is bullish though, just to keep that in mind, especially when we're already above all the MAs, which that's what has to happen in order to get a golden cross. You have to be above all the major MAs. So it's just like, just proving that, hey, we are above here and things are looking pretty good right now. We're going to pull up the MACD here. Let's see what's going on there. As we can see, guys, we're about to get across the MACD, just like with good old DNT. What did I say here? DNT was just about to get that cross right there on the MACD. So is the good old Bitcoins. So that right there is definitely bullish. We'll see how that plays out. Will we just cross like we did here, or will we get a cross like that? It's the same thing when you're going over here to look at the good old DNTs. Is this just going to be a quick crossover, or is this going to have one of those massive spikes like we've seen back here in November, or like we've seen back here in January? Guys, only time will tell. Of course, guys, if you're gonna make a trade or something, use some stop losses, get some risk analysis. Don't just ape into it and hope that, just pray, please DNT, please for the love of my portfolio, just continue, just hit $1, I'll sell it $1. And also keep in mind, guys, $1 is gonna be a very psychological level, and we've seen that with many moves of many altcoins. So, for example, ADA hitting $3 had some issues. I definitely expect DNT to have issues hitting $1. I would watch out for that. So maybe you want to put some sell orders in at like 92 cents, 94 cents, maybe 97 cents, something like that in case we don't quite hit it. Keep in mind, coming out of the bear market with ADA could not hit $1, hit like 97 cents and then fell 30% before it ended up breaking it, okay? So you would hate to miss out on taking some massive profit just because you're getting greedy for like 2 more cents. So just keep that in mind when you're looking to take that profit. But like I said, guys, DNT, $1 possible. If we can get it up there, Bitcoin's chopping sideways. We want to get that cross. We'll see what happens there. But that's all I got for today, guys. What do you guys think about DNT? Are you guys into it? Are you guys buying it? Did you guys buy it back when we mentioned it back last year in October 2020 when it was under a penny? I mean, it's definitely been a wild ride, so we'll see how this continues to play out. Of course, guys, there's plenty of altcoins in the space, plenty of ways to make money, so just keep that in mind. Don't get married to one coin. That's definitely a habit I see a bunch of people get into, and it's not good for your good old portfolio. But of course, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and until then, smack the subscribe button, smack the like button, and may those gains be with you.